Hello, my friends. Let me tell you this. Welcome again to this episode on the SoSoBone Media Network. This episode of John Sports Corner here on this Independence Day, Jamaica Independence. Now, we're kicking, right? So, John, I want you, without further ado, let me kick it over to you on John Sports Corner, okay?
Thank you, Trevor, and good afternoon, family and friends locked in to John's Sports Corner. Thank you for visiting and staying
Mhm.
with our global weekly update on the SoSoBone Media Network, Global Caribbean Media Capital.
Yes.
Let me remind you to go to the Winner's Circle Radio store in the SoSoBone shop and go gift shopping.
Oh, yes.
Among the items are t-shirts, mugs, backpacks, sorrel, and of course the great Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee is always available. Yes, you heard me. I said the great Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee is always available, and it's a good way to get your morning going. Happy Independence Day, Jamaica, 63 and counting.
Oh, yeah.
As I reflect back on 1962, August 4th, Bonnie Grant put his name in the archives of Jamaica sports and boxing history by defeating Britain's Dave Chanley for the British Commonwealth lightweight boxing title and
Yes.
giving Jamaica what you may consider their first independence gift. What
Hey,
a
hey.
night that was for me personally and for Jamaica as a nation. And then the first set of street dances 2 days later.
Hey.
That certainly was a memorable Monday night and weekend for me, and I'm sure for many Jamaicans
Oh,
who
cheerio. Oh,
experienced August 6th, 1962.
cheerio, baby.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, let's talk sports as usual. I like to start with birthdays, as yesterday, Patrick Ewing, Nick Great, an Olympic gold medalist for the U.S. in basketball, celebrated a birthday.
Mhm.
My former Cavalier Club member, David Bernard Sr., celebrated a birthday. So to Theodore Tapper Whitmore, Jamaica World Cup football star, who was part of the 1998 Jamaica World Cup, historic, I should say, Jamaica World Cup team. And of course, Tapper Whitmore scored 2 goals against Japan in that World Cup. Vasper Drakes, former Barbados and West Indies cricketer, also celebrated yesterday.
Mhm.
Today, Chanel Swaby, reggae girl, who has been to 2 FIFA Women's World Cups for Jamaica, 2019 and 2023. David Robinson, another NBA player, but also Olympic gold medalist for the U.S. in basketball. And of course, he played with the San Antonio Spurs. Tomorrow, Abebe Bikila. Who is Abebe Bikila? The great Ethiopian marathon Olympic gold medalist of 1960, who ran barefooted. First time we ever saw an athlete running in these Olympic Games barefooted. Sydney McLaughlin Levrone of the U.S., 400 hurdles world record holder and Olympic gold medalist. She celebrates a birthday tomorrow also. On Friday, a Jamaican athlete, Nigel Ellis, celebrates a birthday. On Saturday, Tanita Grimond, Guyana and West Indies woman cricketer, celebrates a birthday. So let's start with track and field and the U.S. National Track and Field Championships and the marquee event. You know what it is, the 100 meters. Penny Bednarik won the men's 100 in a personal best 9.79 seconds, with Courtney Lindsay a personal best 9.82 seconds second, And T. Mars McCallum, 9.83 third. And I think he also had a personal best, 9.83. On the women's side, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden blazed to a world lead and personal best 10.65 seconds. Kayla White second in 10.84 and Alia Hobbs third in 10.92 seconds. And Noah Lyles, 19.65 seconds, proved he is still the number one over the half lap in the United States, running on late to nip Kenny Bednarik, 19.67 on the wire. While Melissa Jefferson-Wooden completed a double by winning the women's 200 meters in 21.84 seconds. 400 hurdles world and Olympic gold medalist and world record holder, by the way, Sydney McLaughlin-Ravone, who we mentioned celebrates a birthday coming up. Well, she bypassed her specialty, the 400 hurdles, and ran the 400 meters, which she won in 48.90 seconds with Jackaroy Patterson, the winner of the men's 400, in 44.16. U.S. teenage phenom Quincy Wilson failed to make the men's 400 final. And that kind of surprised me because earlier this year, he ran the 400 in 44.16 seconds. Masai Russell blazed to 12.22 seconds to win the women's 100 hurdles, while Jacoby Tharp, 13.01, won the men's 110 hurdles. And with, again, Sydney McLaughlin-Ravone bypassing the 400 hurdles, many-time medalist Dalila Mohammed, 52.65 seconds, was once more queen of the one-lap obstacle. While Paris Olympic triple gold medalist Rai Benjamin cruised to an easy win in the men's equivalent in 46.89 seconds. Veterans G. Wilson and Raven Rogers, a couple of mainstays in the women's 800 for the U.S., finished down the track in the 800 final and will not be at this World Championships in Tokyo. Trevor, if I ever get into horse racing or the horse racing game,
Yes.
and buy a horse, I'll name it Bad Gal Shakari.
Oh, yeah. Bad girl, Shakari.
You see where the U.S. 100-meter world champion gold medalist Shakari Richardson was arrested for alleged domestic violence.
Oh, my goodness.
Reportedly having an altercation with her boyfriend and fellow U.S. sprinter, Christian Coleman.
Oh, my.
Really, it's really an unfortunate, I think, development, Trevor. Perhaps, it might affect some of her supporters. They may not, or some of the supporters who support her, it might affect their relationship with Shikari. But, as these things usually go, there is more to it than meets the eye.
Yeah, but John, who's pressing charges?
Boy.
Who called the cops?
Bad girl Shakari, Trevor.
John, just let me say this. I just got this news this morning, that a 6-year-old refused to let his grandmother, his mother, or any of his relatives adopt him in front of a judge, tell the judge that he does not want any of them to adopt him because they beat him. So what about your aunt? No, I don't want to beat me too. Everybody beat me. So the judge asks him, so who would you like? He said, well, he would like the West Indies team because they can't beat nobody.
Well, I'm not going to beat up my team, Trevor. Because I not only have hope, but I have hope as a captain. Anyway, Jamaica still on the outside looking in on qualifying for the women's 4x4 and 4x4 mixed relays for the Tokyo World Championships. And hope is that the teams put together for the knockout championships in the Bahamas, scheduled for August 15th through the 17th, will get the job done.
Hey.
Diamond League action. The next Diamond League meet is scheduled for August 16th in Silesia, Poland. And Kishane Thompson is scheduled to run the 100 meters, and the word is he'll meet Noah Lyles for the first time since the Paris Olympic Games.
Uh-huh.
No politics have changed in the upcoming Jamaica Olympic Association elections.
Mhm.
Jamaica Olympic Association President Christopher Samuda and his team seem set to be returned, actually, office in the election set for August 13th. His team includes First Vice President Jacqueline Cohen, Second Vice President Robert Scott, Directors Gary Peart and Laurel Smith. Also, joining the team are newcomers Nicole Grant Brown, President of the Jamaica Gymnastics Association, who we had on recently,
Mhm.
Karen Anderson, President of Squash Jamaica, and Anthony Billy Wilmot, President of the Jamaica Surfing Association.
Okay.
First Vice President Jacqueline Cohen does face a challenge from Raymond Anderson, the former Vice President of the Jamaica Football Federation, but he doesn't appear to have the support to unseat Miss Cohen.
Mhm.
And the J3A's administrator, Ian Forbes, has put his hat in the ring for second vice president, but he too doesn't appear to have the support to replace Robert Scott.
Okay.
On that note, let's take a break, but lots more to come in the next section. Welcome back to John Sports Corner on the SoSoBone Media Network, the global Caribbean media capital. And let's start with cricket, lovely cricket. Pakistan defeated West Indies by 13 runs in Game 3 of their T20 series to seal the series 2-1. Pakistan 189 for 4 from their 20 overs. Shahib Zada, Farhan 74s. Siam Ayud 66, Jason Holder, Roston Chase, and Shamar Joseph 1 wicket each. West Indies 176 for 6 from 20 overs. Ali Kathane 60, Sherfain Rutherford 51. Sufyan McQueen had the most economical figures of 1 for 20 from his 4 overs. It was good to see Antigua and Barbuda trans teenager Joel Andrew making his senior West Indies 2020 debut and freeing up Captain Shea Hope from wicket-keeping duties. The Pakistan tour moves on now to the one-day leg of the tour in Trinidad and Tobago. Game 1 bowls off on Friday, Game 2, August 10th, and Game 3, August 12th. All 3 games to be played at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. The West Indies named their 15-man squad for the one-day leg. And it is Shea Hope captain, Joel Andrew, Jediah Blades, Kishikati, Roston Chase, Matthew Ford, Justin Greaves, Amir Jangu, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Evan Lewis, Budakesh Moti, Sherfane Rutherford, Jaden Seals, and Romario Shepard.
Mm.
And India defeated England in the fifth and final test at the Oval by 6 measly runs to level the series at 2 games apiece with 1 test match drawn.
Mm-hmm.
It is India's closest win in test cricket.
Mm-hmm.
India 224 and 396, England 247 and 367.
John, that was a match that let people know that test cricket is alive and well, John.
It's alive and well when India plays England or they play Australia or India plays Australia and New Zealand and South Africa. But it seems dying when you put West Indies in the mix these days.
Well,
Unless, of course, it's like a West Indies, maybe Zimbabwe game or one of those with the lesser teams. Then it might be exciting.
well,
But when you
West Indies pitching doesn't seem to be too bad, John. It's just that between the batting and the fielding, they can't catch a cold. I mean,
they're doing bad, Trevor, because those are two of the biggest phases in cricket. Batting and fielding. Anyway, Trevor, Joe Root, 105 in England's second innings, his 39th Test century, fourth most in Test cricket, and sitting behind Sachin Tendulkar, who has 51, Jacques Kallis, 45, and Ricky Ponting, 41 Test centuries. It is also Root's 13th Test century against India. Another interesting Joe Root stat, the 195-run partnership with Harry Brook in England's second innings was the 85th century partnership in all Test cricket involving Joe Root.
wow.
Only Rahul Dravid, 88, and Sachin Tendulkar, 86, have been in more century stands.
Oh, wow,
wow. Player of the match, Mohammad Siraj. Siraj picked up 23 wickets in the series. Player of the series for England, Harry Brook, who had scored 481 runs and took 10 catches. Mark that down, Trevor, 10 catches.
10 catches.
While for India, Shubman Gill was the player of the series with 754 test runs.
And his maiden captaincy.
Maiden series as test captain.
Oh, boy.
I wonder why they call this thing, a maiden over, a maiden series.
I figured that for the male, they should call it a male series, but that's okay.
Getting caught in the slips. Anyway, St. Lucia Kings head coach Darren Sammy announced that veteran South African all-rounder David Wise will lead the defending Caribbean Premier League champions in the 2025 season. The Kings will be aiming to win back-to-back titles since Trinbago Knight Riders in 2017 and 2018. And just let me remind you, folks, that tickets are now available for the 44th Cricket Hall of Fame induction ceremony, scheduled for Saturday, October the 4th at the Marriott Hotel in Windsor, Connecticut. Again, for tickets, you can go to Cricket Hall of Fame website, which is crickethof.org. And just let me remind you of the inductees again. Cricket Hall of Fame President Shirley Matthews, Roland Butcher, Barbadian-born, and the first Black player to represent England in Test cricket. Ingleton Liebert, Francis Frinley, Dr. Atul Rai, Vernon Springer, Saki Mohammed, Cecil Theodore King, and one Mr. Professor SoSoBone, Trevor Smith.
Oh, Thank you, sir.
While Ivy Mahabir to receive the Cricket Hall of Fame Lifetime Achievement Award.
Mhm.
Moving on to football, soccer in this country,
Yes.
Mocha Football Club of the Dominican Republic are the 2025 Caribbean Football Union Club Shield champions, defeating Weymouth of Barbados, Weymouth Wales, that is, of Barbados, 3-2 in Sunday's final.
Mhm.
The Mocha goals came from Gustavo Scona, Richard Dabas, and Sergio Ventura. While for Weymouth Wales, Andre Applewaite and Nikolai Brathwaite made Mocha nervous late in the game.
Oh,
Martinique's club Franciscain defeated Academy Eagles of Turks and Caicos 2-0 for third place.
aye.
The goals for Club Franciscain were scored by Stefane Abaul and Mathis Priam.
Mm.
With these results, the final placings for the 2025 CONCACAF Club Cup have been decided.
Mm.
Mocha, as Caribbean Football Union Club Shield champions, completes Group A with Mount Pleasant Football Club,
Mhm.
S.A. Robin Hood, O&M Football Club, and Central Football Club. In Group B, Weymouth Wales, the Caribbean Football Union Club Shield runners-up, they join Cibao Football Club, Cavalier Football Club Defense Force, and Juventus de Caes.
Ah,
Updating scores in the CONCACAF Under-15 tournament currently in progress. I'll just run through a few scores. Jamaica 4-0 over Aruba. Belize 2-1 over Curacao. Puerto Rico 5-0 over Guyana.
mhm.
Panama 4-2 over El Salvador. Mexico 9-0 over Nicaragua. Bermuda 3-2 over Barbados. Guatemala 1-0 over St. Kitts and Nevis. And Dominica 4-0 over British Virgin Islands.
Hey.
Jamaica also won another game over Belize, 2-0. Curacao 1-0 over Aruba. The USA 2-0 over Saudi Arabia. Costa Rica 1-0 over Canada. St. Lucia 1-0 over Grenada. Puerto Rico 3-0 over Cayman Islands. Cuba also defeated Cayman Islands 2-1. And Bermuda and Antigua and Barbuda in a 0-0 stalemate, while Trinidad and Tobago tripped up Antigua and Barbuda 2-0.
Okay.
Guatemala 9-1 over British Virgin Islands, and Dominica 4-0 over St. Kitts and Nevis.
Mm.
The English Premiership kicks off on Friday, August the 15th, which is actually next week Friday, with champions Liverpool hosting Bournemouth. Reggae Boy and West Ham striker Mikel Antonio is without a club and not sure where he'll land this season.
Hmm.
West Ham head coach that is, Graham Potter, said Antonio is not part of the club plans for the upcoming season.
Wow.
His contract expired
Mm.
this summer. And of course, following that horrific car accident last December,
Mm-hmm.
where he sustained a broken foot,
Mm-hmm.
at 35 years old, Trevor, going on 36,
You,
I didn't think West Ham was going to renew
you
Mikel Antonio's contract.
needed us.
However, they might find some other position within the club where he can operate, maybe as a youth coach, or if he's not signed by some other club.
Well, if he has a good Lloyd of London insurance policy, John, he can go and plant pineapple.
Mushberry. Anyway, Trevor, 33-year-old Song Heng Min of South Korea is leaving English Premiership club Tottenham Hotspurs after 10 years to
Mhm.
join Major League Soccer club Los Angeles.
Okay.
We understand paperwork and medical were completed this week, allowing Son to complete the transfer.
Mhm.
Another football move, but from the Bundesliga,
Mhm.
former Bayern Munich forward Thomas Müller has joined Major League team Vancouver Whitecaps for the remainder of the 2025 season.
Okay.
The 35-year-old left the German club at the end of last season when
Mm.
his contract expired. It
Mm.
brings to an end a 25-year association with the Bundesliga champions, Trevor.
Oh, that hurts, John.
Hmm,
And the
25 years.
and the throw him overboard like a bit.
Well, according to a BBC report, sought after footballer Mason Greenwood has received his Jamaican passport and so is now eligible to be called for the Jamaica Reggae Boys.
Okay.
He played once for England as a teenager in 2020
Mhm.
against Ireland, but has not played international football since then.
Oh.
He has had to overcome other legal troubles, Trevor, that led to his departure from Manchester United in 2023.
You said
He,
legal, John?
legal troubles. He
Oh.
currently plays with French League One club Marseille, and he could be in the Jamaica squad for next month's World Cup qualifiers against Bermuda and Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh.
Let's go to another break. We'll be back with some more football. We'll be right back. Welcome back to John Sports Corner on the SoSoBone Media Network, the global capital of the Caribbean. As promised, we'll start with more football. As Jamaica Reggae Girl and captain and Manchester City women's striker Khadija Bonishaw
Mhm.
giving up her number 21 jersey for number 9 with the City team this season.
Mm.
She was given number 21 when she joined the club in 2021. However, starting this season, the two-time Golden Boot winner wears the number 9 jersey. She has scored 91 goals in 106 appearances since joining Manchester City Women.
Question, John. Is this not about jersey sales, John? Because all the people who had their old jersey, John, now that you're going to number 9, have to go and buy themselves a new jersey.
Well, as the leading goal scorer, Trevor, usually number 9 is a centre forward who scores the goals.
So can they trade
It's
it?
identified as
Can
a
so can they trade in their jersey, John?
no. I'm not sure about that. And really, to be honest, Trevor, I am not sure when she first went to the club if somebody else had the number 9 jersey.
Okay.
That could have been why she didn't get the number 9.
Okay. I can drink to that.
One draw. Let's move on. Jamaica Women's Premier League's semi-final second round last Saturday. Fraser's Whip 2-1 over Los Perfectas. So Fraser's Whip win the two-way tie 7-1. While Cavalier and Arnett Gardens played to a 0-0 stalemate, Cavalier winning the two-way tie 4-0.
Mm.
So Fraser's Whip and Cavalier advance to Saturday's championship game at Jamaica College. This will be the third straight Jamaica Women's Premier League final between Fraser's Whip and Cavalier.
Okay.
Cavalier came up short in 2023 and 2024 championship games. Will the third meeting be a charm for Cavalier? Los Perfectos and Arnold Gardens will play for third place.
Okay.
And moving on to Suncore Super League Netball, the Melbourne Vixens clipped the wings of West Coast Fever 59-58 in last Saturday's grand final.
Man knows, huh?
And that's despite a perfect shooting night from the Fever goal shooter Janelle Fowler Nemhard, who completed 50 of 50 attempts and hit on her only super shot. Perhaps the three super shots scored by Kira Austin for the Vixens proved to be the undoing of the West Coast Fever.
Oh, boy.
And again, the Jamaica Sunshine Girls and England Vitality Roses to renew rivalry in December. The first two games of 4, December 6th and 7th in Jamaica at the National Indoor Sports Center, while the next two games, December 13th and 14th, at the Copper Box Arena in London. Basketball news. Jamaica begin their FIBA Basketball World Cup pre-qualifiers in Mexico against Barbados on Friday, followed by Costa Rica Saturday and close against Mexico on Sunday. The team leader is 32-year-old shooting guard Norman Powell, who plays for the Miami Heat in the NBA and who was a member of the 2019 NBA champions Toronto Raptors. Coach Rick Turner says Jamaica have a tall, athletic team that is going to defend, run, and play a fun-style basketball. I hope it's not Globetrotter style. The team leaves actually for Mexico today. Moving across the Caribbean and looking at some national track and field championships in Bahamas and Trinidad and Tobago. Let's do Bahamas first. Terrence Jones won the men's 100 meters in 10.16 seconds, while Athaya Charlton won the women's equivalent in 11.13 seconds. With K1 Culmer won the men's triple jump in a personal best 17.29 meters, his 5th national title. Perhaps a surprising result in the women's 400 meters is Javonia Valcourt winning in 52.13 seconds, ahead of Olympic and world champion gold medalist Shanae Miller-Weber, who was second in what I consider a pedestrian 53.15 for Shanae. Stephen Gardner won the men's 400 in 44.52 seconds. Moving on to Trinidad and Tobago's national championships, Leah Bertrand won the women's 100 in 11.04 seconds, ahead of Shaniqua Bashcombe 11.14 seconds. Omari Lewis was the winner of the men's equivalent in 10.19 seconds, with Jaden D'Souza second in 10.20 seconds. Jeremy Richards won the 200 in 20.21 seconds. He, however, has decided to run the 400 in Tokyo which he has qualified for and where he believes he has a better medal chance. He has a personal best of 43.78 seconds over 400. And Richards feels to medal in the half lap, he has to be running 19.6 seconds consistently, which he isn't doing immediately.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Alexi Henry captured the women's 200 in 23.33 seconds.
Mhm.
And with 1 week to go in the St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association Premier League, Sunday's results settled some places in the league. Jones Group Sandy Point Football Club officially retained their place in the league after a crucial 2-1 win over MFCR Old Road United Jets
Oh.
at the Newton Sports Complex. Meanwhile, Mantap Football Club and Elko Limited Security Forces have been relegated. Azul Cayenne Rockets defeated Mantap 2-0 in a hard-fought encounter.
Mm.
Bath United demolished Elko Limited Security Forces 8-2,
Wow.
while Rams Village Superstars in a dominant 4-1 win over Development Bank St. Peter's Football Club. Meanwhile, St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association have put together a technical team to lead football development in the island.
Okay.
Heading the team is Brazilian national Gilberto Giba Jr. Damiano Maciel, who takes up the role of technical director.
Mhm.
Joining him as newly crowned St. Kitts Football Association Division 1 Championship coach, Kalia Huggins as head of women's football, Earl Jones as director of youth football for girls,
Mhm.
Travis Rogers as director of youth football for boys, and Lester Morris as head of coaching education. With that, let's take one more break, Trevor, and we'll come back with much more. Welcome back to John Sports Corner on the SoSoBone Media Network, the global Caribbean media capital. Continuing around the Caribbean and 2025 Organization of Eastern Caribbean States Boxing Championships hosted by St. Lucia. St. Lucia, once again, the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States Boxing Champions, scoring 24 points, picking up 4 golds, 5 silver, and 2 bronze medals.
Oh.
Second, Trinidad and Tobago, 16 points with 4 golds and 2 silver medals. Third, Guyana, 15 points, 5 gold medals.
Mhm.
And fourth, Martinique, 8 points, 2 golds, and 1 silver medal. Fifth place, Antigua and Barbuda, also 8 points, but 1 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze medal. Best junior boxer, Nation Alex of St. Lucia. Best female boxer, Akila Van Kooten of Guyana. Best youth boxer, Terran Wins of Guyana. And best elite boxer, John Didier of St. Lucia. Suriname and Barbados are the under-17 Kazova volleyball champions. In the women's division, Suriname defeated Barbados 3-2 in the championship game. 29-27, 25-22, 18-25, 14-25, and in the fifth and deciding game, 15-9. Trinidad and Tobago women defeated Jamaica 25-29, 25-9 rather, 25-7, 25-23 for third place. On the boys' side, Barbados easily over Trinidad and Tobago 3-0, 25-19, 25-13, and 25-14. While Suriname defeated Jamaica for third place, 25-17, 25-23, 25-19. And moving on to cricket history for this Wednesday, I'm sorry. How about this in today's cricket history, Trevor? In the just concluded test series between England and India for the Anderson Tendulkar Trophy, India's captain, Shubman Gill, scored over 700 runs.
Yes.
Mohammad Siraj picked up more than 20 wickets.
Whoa.
Harry Brook took 10 catches. And England won all 5 tosses in the series. Let me take you back to 1966, a West Indies tour of England.
Okay.
One player achieved all those distinctions.
Oh, my goodness.
Arguably, the greatest all-rounder of all time, and to some, the greatest cricketer of all time, Sir Garfield Sobers,
yes,
scored more than 700 runs, picked up 20 wickets, took 10 catches, and won all 5 tosses as captain. Of course, West Indies won the series 3-1.
Okay.
As one player recently said to me, Trevor, when he stepped on the field with Sir Garfield Sobers, he always felt he was playing with 13 players against 11.
Oh, my goodness.
And some reminders before I close this Wednesday afternoon global sports update. Mark Saturday, August 16th, on the calendar, the Indo-Caribbean Federation having their 35th annual T20 cricket match at Idlewild Cricket Ground at 223 23rd third 23rd Street and 149th Avenue.
Okay.
In Rosedale, Queens. At 10 a.m., Guyana Masters 11 will take on a Caribbean International Masters 11. Then at 2, a Guyana Senior 11 plays a West Indies cricket, or should I say a Caribbean Senior 11.
Okay.
Special honoree, former Trinidad and Tobago West Indies cricketer Larry Gomes.
Okay.
Festivities actually begin at 9 a.m. So again, mark the date on the calendar, Saturday, August 16th. Also, August 23rd, mark that date on your calendar. August, a busy month, Trevor.
Yes.
The Suburbia Sports Club hosting their 7th Run a Boat Fest fundraising party at 14125 224th Street in Laurelton, Queens from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. Suburbia plays in the Metropolitan Cricket League here in New York.
So they're going up the river, John?
Suburbia. Finally, UJA, the Union of Jamaica Alumni Association, is having their 35th anniversary luncheon and awards gala at the Green Tree Country Club in New Rochelle, New York, Sunday, September 14th, starting at 11:30 a.m. For ticket information, you can go to ujausa.org. That is UJAUSA.org.
Mm.
And that's where I draw covers on John Sports Corner this Wednesday afternoon on the SoSoBone Media Network. Thanks for joining us. Tell a friend that we span the sports globe. And remember to go to the Winner's Circle store in the SoSoBone shop and pick up available merchandise of your choice, as well as the great Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee. Be safe and enjoy the rest of this week, family. And as I like to say, via con Dios, and see you next Wednesday.